The 12th Sutra of the Vibhuti Pada of the Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Darshana is about the third Parinama, Ekagrata Parinama. In the earlier sutras we have seen Nirodha Parinama and Samadhi Parinama. And in this particular sutra number 12, Maharshi Patanjali presents a wonderful transformation, the Parinama, which is termed as Ekagrata Parinama. The sutra is Tatah Punaha Shantodito Tulya Pratyayo Chittasya Ekagrata Parinamaha. Tatah Punaha Shantodito Tulya Pratyayo Chittasya Ekagrata Parinamaha. Tatah Punaha Shantaha Udito Tulyaha Pratyayo Chittasya Ekagrata Parinamaha. This is how the words are being spelt in the particular sutra. Tataha, then, that means in that. Punaha, again. Tatah punaha, in that again, that means once again. Shanta, pacified, subsided, latent, that is the Shanta. Uditau, rising, coming up, that is Uditau. Tulya is identical, same, similar. Tulya is identical. Pratyayo is experience or the same state of the mind or the object. Chittasya, of the mind, of the chitta. Ekagrata, eka agrata. Eka is one, agra is pointed, and ekagrata, one pointedness. Parinamaha is a transformation. So ekagrata parinamaha is punaha, repeating again and again of the pratyaya of the chitta, chitta pratyaya, pratyaya of the chitta, same experience of the object after subsiding and the rising, or after rising and the subsiding. The experience of the object is same. There is no change of the object, there is no change of the experience. The pratyaya is same. Same pratyaya is there, and from the same pratyaya the chitta becomes udita, rises, appearing and disappearing, sinking and rising, staying and moving out, confining and flickering. But after the rise from the Shantata and that experience of the object or the experience alone, pratyaya, is same. It is not changing. So the condition of the mind in which the pratyaya subsides and is always exactly similar, that is tulya, to the object which arises in the next moment. And that is the ekagrata parinama it is. That is, when the subsiding and the rising cognitive acts are same. If the object to be fixed in front of the mind, in front of the chitta, or the chitta is experiencing a lotus, for example, as a pratyaya, and there is a change the mind moves out. But when it returns back, it is again lotus alone. It is going out, but when it comes back, both times it is lotus alone. The pratyaya doesn't undergo. So the rise and the silencing, shanta and udita, the pratyaya is the same, tulya. There is no change in that. Means within the space of the same object, within the space of the same pratyaya, within the experience of the same experience, when the mind is becoming quiet and the mind is becoming active. For example, to put it for understanding, but the pratyaya is one and the same. It is not undergoing any change. The experience is not changing. That is called as ekagrata. Ekagrata pratyaya it is called. How beautifully the Patanjali is defining what is the ekagrata pratyaya it is. And the only peculiarity is that the subject or the vritti about which it is subsiding and the subject or the vritti which is coming up in the next instant in the chitta are both identical in all respects and without there being any slightest difference in the experience that the chitta is having about the subject of meditation. And this creates a feeling of having the exactly same continuous experience, even though there was a change, but the change is not noticed because the pratyaya and the experience is same. And that is called as the maintenance of the ekagrata over a long period. And that is the ekagrata pratyaya it is. So the characteristic of the ekagrata pratyaya, which as we have seen is the consummation of the samadhi parinama in the previous sutra, in the earlier sutras, is that exactly the same pratyaya rises in the field of consciousness again and again, punaha it is, and produces the impression as if a single fixed unchanging pratyaya is occupying the field. Just for understanding, the projection in the cinematography, film movies which we see as movies on screen, there a constant speed is there moving, but it is so fast, so quick, so continuous. The gap is not seen. The continuity is maintained because the same thing is continuing. Continuity is maintained because the same thing is continued even after the rise of the pratyaya. And so this continuity is not out of stoic, stale or tamas, but it is a dynamic stability it is. It is not a stoic, tamasic, dull, lazy, but it is a dynamic balance, dynamic activity balanced. And that is why it is called as a parinama, not avastha. Avastha is a state. It is not a state, it is a transformation because process is happening. Vivekananda again beautifully summarizes it. How are we to know that the mind has become concentrated? Because time will vanish. The more time vanishes, the more concentrated we are. In common life, we see that when we were interested in a book, we don't note the time at all. And when we leave the book, we are often surprised to find how many hours have passed. All time will have the tendency to come and stand in the one present. So the definition is given when the past and the present come and stand in one, the more concentrated the mind is. How beautifully Swami Vivekananda, who has experienced these states of the mind, these transformations, and he was aware of what is happening in the mind, that elevated soul, he alone could have written such a wonderful commentary on this particular powerful sutra out of it. And of these three parinamas, Nirodha Parinama, Samadhi Parinama, and the Ekagra Parinama, the Nirodha Parinama is the Parinama where the mind is only samskaras alone are as a result of Nirodha of the external processes, Vahivrittis. Then the Samadhi Parinama is from Nirodha of external ideas, Pratyayas, moving towards Nirodha of the ideas, but before total Nirodha of the ideas. For there will be no rise of Ekagrata at the later stage of Nirodha of all the ideas. This is the Samadhi Parinama. And the third one, the Ekagrata Parinama, is a similarity of the next thought to the one that has just subsided, which is possible only at the time of Samadhi. One thought has subsided and the second thought is bound to rise. But the second thought was not a different one. It is similar to that which was subsided. That is Ekagrata. That is Ekagrata Parinama. Maharshi Patanjali, that's what beautifully says, Tatah Punaha it is. Shantaha, that which has subsided. Udita, that which has rising, are same. Tulya it is. Tulya Pratyaya it is. Pratyaya is same. And Tulya Pratyaya of the Chittasya Ekagrata Parinamaha. How beautifully Maharshi explains the intricacies of the concentration, intricacies of the experiences of the concentration, intricacies, the inner transformations, the most deep, subtle movements, thoughts within the thoughts. And that is the Ekagrata Parinama. Let us see the next sutra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.